I know,
the word-wise,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
And how's your Christmas shaping up?
Pretty good. We have our Situation All White Party tomorrow, so we're geared up and excited about that.
I just heard about it.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Just literally.
Oh, really?
When I was being mic'd up.
Yeah.
We're trying to secure a table.
You've been busy.
Tomorrow.
Been busy.
Yes.
So
I've been otherwise engaged.
Yes, exactly.
So tomorrow, all white party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Where at?
Underbridge. The Underbridge.
Underbridge. East Legon.
Yes.
Okay. Nice venue.
This is going to be the 5th edition.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So it's been running for a while now, and it's exciting. I mean, it's. I think we did protocol, we did gazebo in Jowulu, and then we did La Palme 2 years back to back.
Today's
so
the Underbridge.
Underbridge, yeah.
I know it well.
Yeah,
it's good.
Fantastic.
We'll try and be there.
Okay, super. All right. Victor Odawudu has also joined me on the set. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Looking. Yes, just that the weekend has been a little bit tiring.
Really?
Yes. But let me also congratulate. I had to go for 2 different weddings.
Okay.
And then had to even go for a Thanksgiving yesterday to us. Let me congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Bebe, one of my nephews, and another nephew who also graduated in Winneba.
Okay.
Masters.
Lots of celebrations.
Yeah, celebrations. And another party people, Mr. and Mrs. Abavon.
So you are the one who has been driving around everywhere, visiting all.
Then yesterday after church service, I had to go to Kasoa. Let me congratulate the Council of Local Churches. They organized a Thanksgiving service for the MP-elect.
Okay.
I just pray that Kasoa will rise up and the leadership would also make sure that the names, the bad name that is associated with Kasoa will be eliminated.
Clean up the image a bit.
Yes, I believe that it's becoming a haven of the criminals. That perception and the rest will leave Kasoa. And I think that God should take control and give the MP and the elders wisdom to be able to put Kasoa at the right place.
One of the things people have said is that the criminals do their thing and then they run to go and hide there. But then I also say to people who say that it's up to you as citizens and residents to expose them, right? If they know they are coming here and they didn't come, they are not from here and they're criminals, expose them, show them out so that it can be dealt with, you know.
And now we discussed it a few weeks ago, David, you remember? We have a network of CCTV cameras, 11,000 of them,
absolutely,
nationwide. You saw what happened with the United States healthcare CEO who was killed in New York.
Yes.
Admittedly, it was through a McDonald's and somebody cited him and alerted the police. But of course, they were, how do you call it, mining all the data from CCTV cameras when it was at Starbucks. And you do like a timeline whereby they caught him, not with the CCTV cameras, but I'm sure in process they would have done that.
They could tell where he was going,
where he was going,
from which point.
His point of origin. And we can do that with any criminal, whether you go and hide in Kasoa. We just go
to the cameras.
Look to the cameras, trace your steps, and find you. And I'm saying that as a deterrence to anybody, whether you're in Accra, in Tamale, or Kasoa. A network is there and it's being constantly resourced. Expanded so that we can catch you. So just do the right thing.
All right, fantastic. Well, we're going to get straight into the stories. To start with the first one, NDC kicks against the results of recollated constituencies. I'll take you into that story and then we can hear your comments from there. So, ChannelOneNews.com, we have a story there. NDC rejects recollated parliamentary results, accuses EC of manipulation. All right, so the story here says, the National Democratic Congress has rejected the recollated parliamentary election results declared by the Electoral Commission on December 21, 2024. Now, this comes after the Commission ordered a recollation of the parliamentary results of 9 outstanding constituencies. Now, out of the 9 constituencies, 7 parliamentary results were given to the New Patriotic Party. However, The NDC, in a statement on Saturday, 21st December, noted that the results of these constituencies were announced under questionable and illegal circumstances and represent a betrayal of Ghana's democratic principles and the will of its people. Now, the NDC accused the EC, led by Jean Mensa, of engaging in actions that undermine the integrity of Ghana's electoral process. The party alleged that the EC's actions compromise its mandate and deepen public mistrust in the institution. The NDC also raised concerns about alleged collusion between the EC, police, and military leadership, which it claims facilitated the unlawful manipulation of results. They condemned what they described as an unholy alliance excuse me, that tarnishes the credibility of these institutions, crucial to the country's democratic survival. The opposition party expressed disappointment with the National Peace Council and other moral bodies, accusing them of remaining silent during these developments. They also called on the international community to take note of the EC's alleged actions, warning that they pose significant risk to Ghana's peace and stability and democratic progress. Now, the NDC reaffirmed its commitment to defending the will of the people and warned the government and EC to desist from further undermining Ghana's democracy. The party vowed to continue mobilizing its supporters and rallying Ghanaians to resist any attempts to overturn the people's mandate. And it has below that the full statement from the NDC signed by the Honorable Fifi Fiavi Kwete. Now, Victor, let me begin with you on this. What's the challenge from the NDC side? Court says do recollation. EC has done recollation. Numbers have come out. MPP has taken 7. What's the challenge? What's the issue?
Thank you, Kweku. I think that is a simple matter, that we believe that the court was wrong in its ruling, and we also believe...
Which of the rulings?
The recollation.
The to recollate.
The
okay.
recollation.
Okay.
I was in court myself.
Okay.
I was there with Edwiji. Our General Secretary, Fifi Fiavi Kwete, was there. I listened to the ruling. You know what? The processes that were... That's another thing we'll talk about. The processes, how it was filed, and they abridged it, and it was unspecified. What the NPP filed, or the individuals from on their ticket filed, represented by Gary Nimaku, was against only EC. It was not against... We were not involved in that matter. Okay. But once we got hint of it, we filed a joinder, an application that we have an interest in the matter, we want to join it. The court said he's just gotten, we are drawing its attention, but he was going. But the most important thing that happened that day was that the EC lawyer said he had no opposition to what the NPP had filed, that there should be recollation. He had no opposition to it. For them, that is what it should go ahead. The court should just decide on that matter. So the court said, without opposition, and NDC was not part of that case, they were not going to give us the opportunity, even ask the lawyer on what basis, because you are not part of that case. But only drew the attention and said that we have filed joinders because those who have. And the court went ahead and said, no, the EC is saying that there have been, the allegation was that there have been illegalities, there have been fraud, there have been duress. So what they are going to do, they want to do, is that to recollate. And the court said, if they are righting the wrongs, the EC, this is what the court said, they are righting the wrongs, he cannot stop them from doing that. So that's why the court went ahead, and all the applications by the other constituencies, it was mutatis mutandi. Let's say in Paris, they were the same. There were similar applications. So once he granted the first one, he granted all the other ones. Now, the case where NDC took and said that there was substantive matter against others, and argued and said that, look, if you look at it, the CI 127 specifically has made provisions and the procedure by which you go through. Now, let me finish with the court ruling. You see, I'm a lawyer. Once I saw the application, I saw the judge, I knew the demeanor, I saw the demeanor of the judge. I just told the judge secretary that, look, he's going to rule, he will allow EC. But surprisingly, although EC never said anything, it was our evidence that we had put when the deputy chair, commissioner, the deputy chair, Tete, said that there was duress, there was allegation. That was what he relied on and said he will give them the opportunity or they should go and right the wrongs. But I never heard anything about the CI, anything about what were the duties imposed on the returning officer and the commission itself. If you look at the CI, the commission has no basis within this. It has no basis to arrogate the powers of the returning officer to claim himself and now order and say this is what has to be done. It's a simple point. When you go as a returning officer, your duties has been clearly stipulated in this.
Okay, which is?
It says CI2. It says the returning officer, what you have to do, the duties in 3. You publish the notice of election, you declare the matter, you make sure that the whole process every day, and you would declare the result. You collate the result. And you see, before you become a returning officer, you are sworn in. And when you are sworn in, what do you also by a judge or a judicial officer, and you say you will faithfully and impartially fulfill the duties of the office of a returning officer. So for every constituency, we have a returning officer. Now, the chairperson is the returning officer for only presidential elections. That's where you have the power. Now, it is as if after the returning officers have done their work, you are not happy with some, other parties are not happy with some. All they need to do is that has been declared. The next thing is they will go to court, and it will be in tandem with what happened in 2020, where the commission itself, that precedent they have set, that once the results have been declared, we become functus. We cannot do anything. So just proceed to court. And Article 99, where the High Court will now determine whether you've been validly elected or not. But this is not the case we see. Now the returning officer for the presidential election now assumes the position and says that I cannot direct the returning officers for the constituencies what should be done. For me, it was something that I expected the court to look at. And if you read the ruling of the court, you don't find any authority, the provisions on which the court relied. I don't begrudge the judge because he's doing his job. He's bound to be right or to be wrong. And as a practitioner, whether a judge is right or wrong, until that decision is set aside, you cannot say that he was right or wrong, right? But you can see patently and say that, look, this should not be. You can fault it, you can criticize him. But once it remains, that is the law. I'm sure that is why the NDC had gone to Supreme Court to quash that decision. And that's what has been pending there. So, for me, all that has happened, I'm worried. You know why I'm worried?
Why?
Because what it portends, especially, not the parties, but the candidates, the people declared. Because I can see litigation ahead.
Are you going to take it to court?
Oh, no. Both sides. I can see litigation ahead. The legitimacy of this candidate to represent their people is in question. Right?
Okay.
Some believe that they did not win fair and square. Others also believe that with the recollation, they'll be announced. So now that you are going to court, once your people will be in parliament and be enjoying their position and do their work, you would always be in court because your legitimacy has been questioned. Now, where are the resources coming from? It is going to be the MP elect. At the end of the day, the party will support you. But how long will they support you? You will be going to court. If you know what Jachi Kwesi went through, his finances, as a person, as a family, yes, the party will support you. But how long will the party support you? Because the party has an agenda to prosecute, especially in government. In the opposition, everybody is trying to see what had happened and open a new chapter and move on. And this is what is going to portend. I'm sad that this is going to take our time. Both parties and the agenda that we need to prosecute, it is going to be litigation. Because I don't think the NDC as a party, looking at what the grassroots, everybody is talking about, will sit down and say that let us allow this 7 seats to go.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yes, I do.
And the 2 that is remaining, because they feel that this is a deservingly won seat. We have worked for it, and until I'm sure the leadership will take a decision as to what will portend for us, I can see it that it's not going to be rosy for these people who are putting so much money to win election with the party, and now it's going to be another round of litigation. Every morning you have to be going, coming. Did you come to serve the people? You know, but your legitimacy is being questioned.
All right, thank you. Ibrahim.
Yeah. David, Kweku, thank you. CI 127, it deals with the regulations regarding the elections. What I want to say from the get-go is this, before I make my full submission. Every party has the evidence at hand. What's the evidence? The notice of poll, the election results at the polling station, where the returning officers of that polling station, the agents, sign. That is your currency to either confirm your legitimacy or otherwise. Dr. Kwajo Afarijan said that elections are won at the polling station.
Yeah.
I understand what we're talking about here, about the recollation, and whether or not there's some duplicity, given what happened in 2020. But CI 27, you know, it's quite...
127.
CI 127, it doesn't specifically, Kweku, say that the EC cannot, given what happened, make sure that justice, if I say justice, the due process is followed. What happened in Okaikwe? 31 pink sheets were missing. 31, where Baba Sadiq is now contesting. When the recollation was done, he's lost by close to 2,000 votes or thereabouts. Correct me if I'm wrong.
About that, yeah.
Allow me.
No, I just wanted to draw your attention. The 31, it's not that it's missing. The 31, what you could see is that it's been, you know, they filled it with a pen.
Okay.
Right? It is there. It's been doctored. Once you see it, the results have been swapped. But now, as to the duplicate of those 31, we don't have it. And NPP also says they only have
So
a scanned one.
So let me come.
Are you getting?
Of
So
the
the
31.
That's why the 31 is there. It's not that it's missing.
Okay.
That's why I came to my submission from the get-go, saying that every party has the results at the polling station level.
Yes.
I remember on this program 3 weeks ago, we were represented in court, Let My Vote Count Alliance. It was our agitation, our, if you will, class action, Let My Vote Count Alliance. Myself, David Asante, John Hall, that went to court, and we made it a law. If I say we made it, our petition led to the law being properly enforced that when elections take place, that notice of poll must be placed outside the polling station. And what do you do then? I said this 3 weeks ago. You snap it. If 1,000 of us, on average, every polling station has 453 people voting, on average.
Yeah.
And let's say 200 are NDC, 200 are MPP. Am I right? And we all have our smartphones. So you snap it. That's what we did. So you have that record there. Why am I saying this? It works both ways, whereby we can then legitimately contest at the courts if need be. Because you have proof, 400 of us with the same image or evidence of what took place. So when you say that it's been doctored and what have you, similarly, MPP will say the same. Am I right, Victor? So bring the evidence. When the recollation was done, and here's where EC has every authority. Should the EC allow, because of somebody has declared, now I'll come back to 2020, what happened. Somebody being threatened under duress. Duress is such a sanitized word. But threaten, declare. Then what Victor is talking about, it portends negatively for the future. If the EC cannot stamp its authority and say, no, due process is not being followed, and therefore we are going to recollate and take it into another day, in 2028, we might as well all declare from the get-go. So we've declared, go to court. That's the worst scenario. That the declaration amounts to the result because the returning officer has so announced. Then I can bet you, if you want to see what will portend in a negative way for this democracy, come 2028, as soon as the first ballot is cast, without counting all the others, I declare for party A or party B, go to court. No. The EC must, per the details contained in CI 127. And I can understand that there's both the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. The EC is the referee. Does he have to wait to go to court and say that, hold on, this officer has declared, but under duress, and I can see it. Why? How can I see it? There's video evidence to that effect. So I'm going to halt the processes and now for recollation. Any party who has so, how can I say, who thinks that they have won, you shouldn't be scared of recollation.
Excuse me.
I'm coming.
The video you are talking about. You see, this video evidence is talking about. I'm coming.
No, I beg you.
The video evidence.
I could have interjected. I didn't.
Let him finish.
I could have interjected. I didn't.
I was just adding a point to what you're saying.
My point is, Kweku, we have the evidence, we being all the parties. So if you say we no go agree for the recollation, what are you scared of? Because when the recollation happens, that means counting of the ballots, not just the pink sheets. You want to count. Recollation means if it was just the pink sheets, it should be a quick process. Because on average, you have some, 100 polling stations on average per constituency. It shouldn't take 2 hours. Why have we gone into this 3, 4, 5? Today is December 22nd or so? 23rd. And the elections happened December 7th.
Yeah.
The process is being truncated, and it's not for me to sit here and say party A or party B is wrong. We have to be objective and understand that both parties have, through actions or inactions, resulted in this. Somebody's feeling aggrieved, saying, I'm not going to agree, I'm going to stand my ground. Everybody should stand their ground, Victor. The courts themselves have said we allow for collation. So a process is being followed by the EC. And we've mentioned this before. Is it Article 97 or 99 that we've discussed on this program? The High Court was not left out in this decision making. It was not. It's not the EC saying I'm recollating. Though I believe that CI 127 abrogates some rights. It says you are my referee. Make sure that impersonation, bribery, corruption, the irregularities in the ballot counting, they are your domain. And if you feel, EC, that there has been some infractions, take the necessary steps.
Yeah.
Then it's for the parties to then go to court if they don't agree, which the NPP did. They went to court. You couldn't join because you were on your own agenda. And the court said, no, we have this petition seeking these certain reliefs from the MPP, and we are granting them. NDC should not be scared, Kweku, because bring your data, the first sentence of my submission, and say this is the data showing that these are the results at the polling stations, and we think we've won. MPP can say likewise. And what has been carried out so far, out of the 9, 7 have been found in favor of the NPP. Unless the NDC want to tell us that they are holier than thou, that they are angelic, you know, they are the Malaika of this election, and they have not done anything untoward. They're not challenging the other 100+ seats that they've won, and neither is MPP challenging those ones, to my knowledge, the ones that have secured, likewise MPP. So what is there to fear? That you're saying that somehow EC is acting ultra-virus, outside the law. I believe that within the confines of the law, the EC has taken necessary steps, gone to court, through the, I'm saying the MPP has gone to court, recollation has happened, and the results have been announced. Nobody in any way, shape or form should say that they have been done unjustly by it. Okay. That's my submission.
We'll look at the, have Victor comment on what he was going to say shortly. But we'll take a quick break, and after that we'll come back and then hear from Victor as well. We'll be right back.